Hello everyone and welcome to this guitar tutorial for the song Loving is Easy by Rex Orange County. So first of all, I would just like to thank this person right here for suggesting this song. Thank you very much for that. And please do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell down below so that you guys will stay updated for my future videos. So a little bit of disclaimer first, I will be teaching my way or interpretation of this song. But as you guys all know, Rex Orange County performs this song in lots of ways as well. And I'll be teaching this as simple as possible so that more of you guys will be able to follow this guitar tutorial. And once again, I'll also be providing you guys timestamps for each sections of this song. So as you guys can see here, I've separated this guitar tutorial into basically two groups. The first one is going to be the main chord progression that we're going to use for the intro, interlude, outro, and the chorus sections of this song. And the other one is going to be the pre-chorus, as this one uses a different set of chord progressions compared to the main chord progressions for this song. Note that I will not be providing demos for each sections to be efficient and not be repetitive for this video. So without any further ado, let's just go and jump right into it. Okay, so before I teach you guys the chord progressions that we're going to use in this song, I would just like to discuss with you the plucking pattern that we're going to use throughout this whole song. Just going to be this one right here. And to do this, we're just going to pluck the bass or the root note of the chord along with the D, G, and the B strings all together. Then you're going to slap it. Then you're going to pluck the bass string all by itself, then the D string, then the G and the B strings together, and then you slap it. And as for the root or the bass note, it's going to be depending on the chord that you're going to use at the time. So it could either be the lower E string or the A string, depending on the root or the bass note of the chord. So a little bit slower now. Once again, it's going to be the bass, D, G, and the B strings all together. Then you slap it. Then the bass note first, then the D string, then the G and the B strings all together. So that's the two of them. And you slap it. Now this whole plucking pattern is gonna be worth for 4 counts in total for each chord that you're going to play in this song. Now with that said, we now move on to the main chord progression that we're going to use in this song now. Okay, so for the main chord progression of this song, specifically for the parts intro, interlude, outro, and the chorus parts of this song, the chord progression that we're going to use is going to be this one right here. And before I teach you guys this, once again, I'll be showing you guys a little bit of demonstration first so that you guys will be able to hear how it would sound like once you start to play it properly. So here it goes. Loving is easy, you had me messed up. It used to be so hard to see. Yeah, loving is easy when everything's perfect. Please don't change a single little thing for me. Whoa. Okay, so first of all, the chords that we're going to use for the main chord progression in this song is going to be these ones right here. And the first chord that I'm going to show to you guys is the D sharp major 7 chord, which is going to be like this. Now to do this chord, we're just going to press the 6th fret on the A string, the 8th fret on the D string, the 7th fret on the G string, as well as the 8th fret on the B string. And as for the lower and the high E string, these are going to be not included for this chord shape. Now the next chord that we're going to play is going to be the F minor 7 chord, which is going to be like this. And to do this chord, we're just going to bar the whole 8th fret with our index finger, starting from the A string down to the lower E string. And as for the rest of the chord shape, we're going to press the B string on the 9th fret, as well as the D string on the 10th fret. So this is your F minor 7. Then the next chord that we're going to play is going to be the G minor 7 chord. Now for the G minor 7 chord, this is exactly as the same as the F minor 7 chord, which means that you're just going to basically move this whole chord shape starting from the 8th fret all the way down to the 10th fret. So now this is going to be your G minor 7 chord. Once again, F minor 7 starting from the 8th fret right here, just going to move the whole chord shape up to the 10th fret. And once you have all figured out now the chords that we're going to use in the main chord progression of this song, the first chord that we're going to play is going to be the D sharp major 7 chord for 4 counts. Now we're going to play the plucking pattern that I've taught you guys earlier in this guitar tutorial. Now as this acting as the bass note or the root note of this chord, we're going to pluck this string along with the D, G, B strings all together. Then you slap it. Then you pluck the bass note, D, then the G and the B strings all together, and then you slap it. So now we move on to F minor 7 chord for 4 counts as well, doing the same plucking pattern. So once again, slap, bass, D, G and the B strings all together, then you slap it. Then you move on to G minor 7 chord for 4 counts as well. Then the last one is going to be the F minor 7 once more. Now we're going to do that whole chord progression once more. So once again, it's going to be the D sharp major 7 for 4 counts. F minor 7 for 4 counts. G minor 7 for 4 counts. Then the F minor 7 again for 4 counts. And once you've got the whole main chord progression figured out, we're now moving on to the pre-chorus parts of this song now. Okay, so for the pre-chorus sections of this song now, the chord progression that we're going to use is going to be this ones right here. And once again, before I teach you guys this, I'll be showing you guys a little bit of demonstration first, so that you guys will be able to hear how it would sound like once you start to play it properly. So here it goes. When you can't even hide it, and it didn't take forever to find it, I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love came in on time. Loving is okay. So before I teach you guys the chord progression for the pre-chorus parts of the song, I would just like to discuss with you the chords that we're going to use, which are going to be these ones right here. And with that said, the first chord that I'm going to show you guys is going to be the G sharp major 7, which is going to be like this. Now to do this chord, we're just going to press the lower E string on the 4th fret. And as for the A string, it's going to be a dead note. And you can create this dead sound by just letting your index finger rest on the A string. You don't press on it, you just let it rest there. Then the next up is going to be the D string on the 5th fret, the G string on the 5th fret, as well as the B string on the 4th fret. And as for the high E string, it's going to be a dead note as well. And you can do this by once again just letting this part of your index finger rest on the high E string. So once again, you don't press, you just let it rest there. The next up is going to be the G minor 7 chord, which is going to be like this or like this. Based on your preference, it's all up to you. But personally, I like to do it this way. And with this, you're just going to press the lower E string on the 3rd fret. The A string is not going to be pressed or anything. It's going to not be included. Next up is going to be the D string on the 3rd fret, the G string on the 3rd fret, and the B string on the 3rd fret as well. Next up is going to be the F sharp major 7 chord, which is going to be like this. Now this is just exactly the same as the G sharp major 7 chord. From here on the 4th fret, we're just going to move this whole chord shape from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret. So once again, from G sharp major 7 chord, just move this whole chord shape from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret. So it's going to be 2, dead note, 3, 3, and then 2, and then a dead note again. The next up is going to be the F minor 7 chord. It's going to be like this or like this. Once again, it's all up to your preferences. Now for this one, I'm gonna do it like this. And to do this, we're just going to press the 1st fret on the lower E string. The A string is not going to be included once again. Then the D string on the 1st fret, the G string on the 1st fret, then the B string on the 1st fret, then the high E string is not going to be included again. Then the last chord is going to be the A sharp 7 chord, which is going to be like this. And to do this chord, you're just going to let your index finger bar the whole 1st fret starting from the A string up to the high E string on the 1st fret. And as for the rest of the chord shape, you're going to press the 3rd fret on the D string as well as the B string on the 3rd fret as well. Now once you've got all the chords sorted out now, the first chord that we're going to play on the chord progression for the pre-chorus is going to be the G sharp major 7. Once again for 4 counts. Now as for this one, the root or the bass note is going to be the lower E string, which is why we're going to play it as our bass note in our plucking pattern that I've taught you guys before. So once again, the bass note and D, G and the B strings all together, and then you slap it, then the bass, then the D string and the G and the B strings all together, and then you slap it. Now after this, we now move on to G minor 7 for 4 counts. Once again, doing the same plucking pattern. Slap, bass, D, G and B strings together. Now once again, we're now going to repeat that chord progression 2 more times. So once again, G sharp major 7, G minor 7, once again, G sharp major 7, 4 counts, G minor 7 for 4 counts. Now the next chord that we're going to play is the F sharp major 7 for 4 counts. Then F minor 7 for 4 counts. Or you can also play it like this. Then the last chord is going to be the A sharp 7 chord for 8 counts, which means that we're going to do that whole plucking pattern twice now this time. So once again, the bass note, which is in this case the A string right here, along with the D, G and the B strings all together. Then you slap it, then the bass, D and the G and the B strings together. Then you slap it, then once more. And that's basically how you play the whole pre-chorus sections of this song. So yeah, this is the end of the guitar tutorial. Thank you guys for reaching this far into the video. Please don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed it so that I'll know. Please once again do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you guys will stay updated for my future videos. So once again, if you want to watch another guitar tutorial of mine, please click here. And if you want to watch a guitar cover of mine, please click here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.